Is she being used as a political pawn?
Yes. Yes.
If it was LeBron or KD or Steph Curry, do you think that you would be sitting here today?
Respectfully, and no shade to them when I say this, but the answer to that question would be no.
All right, welcome to another episode. Again, thank you for all the likes, the comments, the views, and the subscribers. Keep liking it, keep supporting. I'm gonna keep kicking these out. So you saw the thumbnail, and you saw the clip in the beginning, or at least heard it, depending on what platform you're listening to this on. So Brittney Griner, who plays in the WNBA and also plays overseas, 6'9" center, one of the few women who's dunked in the WNBA, champion, multiple All-Star, multiple All-WNBA player, Defensive Player of the Year, a lot of great accolades in the WNBA and overseas as well, college player, just as a WNBA player, pretty much a standout. You know what I'm saying? She's a standout WNBA player. She is being detained in Russia. She played basketball overseas, and I think maybe 10 or 11 days before she was to return to the U.S., the Ukraine-Russia situation happened. And what I played before was a clip of an interview with her wife. I think it's Cherelle Griner. And her wife is interviewing with Angela Rye. Angela Rye is a news, I think she's a former CNN pundit that, she does political content. She does political content. And this was one of those things that she took on just recently. She's been over in Russia for, I think, maybe, more than 100 days at this point, at the point of me recording this. And what she did is that she posed the question, would this even be an issue if it were LeBron, Steph, KD, or, would it be immediately handled? And the wife answered, of course, and I don't expect for any of them to kind of understand that question is, of course, a false equivalence. But let's just do this, okay? LeBron, Steph, and KD are not just basketball stars. They're not just all-stars. They're not just all-time greats. They're not just champions. They're global stars. The need to make it, of which, I think that Angela Rye is smarter than this. To make this a gender thing is a very, very, it's a divisive thing. She didn't have to do that or ask that question. In no way, shape, or form is this to discredit, Brittney Griner. She is, she's an accomplished basketball player, college, WNBA, professional, and overseas. But this is not a matter of if it were Steph Curry, LeBron James, or KD. Of course it would be handled, because LeBron James is a celebrity of the highest order. He's the most famous basketball player on the planet right now. How is that an equivalent to what Brittney Griner is? Granted, she's accomplished. It's taking nothing away from her accomplishments, but this is not about her accomplishments. This is easily about her fame. The commissioner and the people involved were, not just coming out. They were encouraged to kind of keep a tight lid on it, because the situation was very sensitive in the beginning. And I can imagine that, of course that makes sense, to be very close-lipped and keep it kind of close to the chest, because most of what's going on is new. Anytime you're in wartime, it's very, very sensitive. So to tell them to kind of keep it close to the chest, keep a tight lid on the situation makes sense. It would be impossible to do that if it were Steph Curry, LeBron, or KD, because they're celebrities of the highest order. WNBA players, and that's in this interview, and I'll put the interview in the bottom. WNBA players don't get paid as much as NBA players. That's also something that Brittney Griner's wife, or person, because she said her person, but Brittney Griner's companion said if she was getting paid more, she'd never have to go overseas. Being paid more is about industry. Teachers get paid less than doctors. Teachers also get paid less than engineers. Nurses get paid less. Nurses get paid less than celebrities or actresses. It's about industry. The industry you choose, if you love it, the industry that you choose shouldn't be based on solely income. It should be based on what it is that you that you love, especially something that's a career choice. Basketball is a career choice. It's not a job. It's not working at the plant. It's not, quite, driving a truck or Uber or anything like that. It's a career choice. Brittney Griner made a career choice. Her career choice just so happens to have a salary cap. And it's no shade to her, but the WNBA, and I think we all know this by now, since 1997, or I think it's 1997 when the WNBA started, has not made a profit. It has been subsidized by the NBA. So for the years that it's been in existence, it hasn't made a profit 1 year. If a business is not making a profit, then you can't really afford to pay its employees the amount of money that you would think. You know what I'm saying? If they were paid based on the business model, they wouldn't be getting paid. They're actually being overpaid because the business that they're in is not making any money. They're being subsidized by a bigger business, which is the NBA. The fact that they're getting paid anything is being overpaid because their business is not making money. And thus, anything they would be getting paid is over. Right? Now that's not even you don't even have to go to business school for that. It's just adding and subtracting. But Angela Rye, I wouldn't call her, I would call her black feminist light. I'm not talking about her skin color, but black feminist light. She's making it an issue because she's trying to be divisive. And in her divisive, because this is what I would ask Angela Rye, and I would ask her this only because she's making the point. Because what a lot of times what happens is that you find that women who attach themselves to issues about sports, women in sports, you find that they don't really watch sports. I would ask her to name me the last 10 WNBA champions and name me the last 10 NBA champions. Now, I don't think that Angela Rye watches basketball. I would bet that she doesn't watch basketball, but I'm pretty sure she knows. I would ask her, name me the last 10 MVPs of the basketball league. Now, maybe she may not be able to tell me that. Maybe not. Because, a couple of them have not been, it was Nikola Jokic, a couple times. It was, if we going far back, we're talking about, I think Steph Curry has won a couple in that 10-year time. LeBron probably won one. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm thinking how far back am I going? 2012. So LeBron's 1-2, Steph's 1-2, KD is probably 1-1. Definitely Russell Westbrook 1-1. Giannis is 1-2. James Harden 1-1. You know what I'm saying? That's probably all 10. It's probably all 10. You know, but what I'm saying is that I can like name them. You're probably not gonna be able to name the WNBA's MVP. The MVP even. You can't give me the top 15 players. It's not based on gender. It's based on celebrity. Now, the equivalent that she could have made is, let's say if somebody like let's say Meg Thee Stallion was missing, then you couldn't keep that quiet because she's such a celebrity that you would have to notice that she was missing when she had tour dates and she didn't go. Or somebody would have recorded her being detained. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, Meg Thee Stallion is missing. You know what I'm saying? She's in Russia. Nobody even knew that this was happening because of her celebrity, not because of her gender. And these divisive things that these kind of, and again, I don't think she's a bad person. I just think she's off base and she's grasping at straws. And what she's doing is she's like when Angela Rye, somebody like Angela Rye does this, she I'm probably making up a word, but delegitimizes whatever. She delegitimizes the struggle that maybe black women are facing. Because this is an easy false equivalency. This is easily a false equivalency. It's not about her gender. It's about her celebrity. We would notice that LeBron freaking James was missing. Like, and again, I'll put the rest of the interview in the description. What if it was one of your loved ones? Her and Stephen A. got into a little spat. It was small. It was slight. What if it was one of your loved ones, your daughters? Look, let's do this. Let's say my son was detained in Russia somehow. I don't know how it happened. And she asked me the question, do you think if this was LeBron's son, do you think that this situation would be a situation? I'd be like, well, obviously not. But it's not because it's because LeBron has more resources than me. It's because LeBron James has, LeBron James Jr. has more celebrity than my son. That's a false equivalency. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't, or saying that what if it was, not Judge, but what if it was Joe Biden's son that was over there? It wouldn't be because Joe Biden's son was white. It would be because Joe Biden's son is Joe Biden's son. He's more famous and Joe Biden has more resources. Now, if you was to say, what if it was some regular white guy, Joe Smith, and he was white, that would be an equivalent argument. But you can't make it an equivalent argument and you're talking about somebody more famous, because we would notice that they were missing. Which is why keeping that quiet was easier than keeping it quiet about LeBron freaking James. Because if he coughs, people know. If LeBron James has COVID, people know. If LeBron James goes to get a pizza at Blaze, people know, because LeBron James is famous. You made a fame argument thinking that you were making a gender argument. And I think she's smart enough to understand what she did. But, true to form, she stuck and stayed with what she said. And it sounded like her voice kind of gave that she saw that it was a false equivalency. And Stephen A. being the consummate professional, agree with him, don't agree with him, whatever, you know what I'm saying? He is a professional. Being the consummate professional that he is, he shot her some bail and said, you know what? I respectfully disagree. I'm going to move on. He didn't lambast her like he could have. Because I'm pretty sure he didn't agree, but he knows that he's been in stuff and he works for ESPN, Disney, NBA, you know what I'm saying, and all of that. And he doesn't want to mess up that check. So let's just, look, you got this one, Angela Rye, but you full of it. You're full of it. That was a false equivalency and an unnecessary divisive question and statement that LeBron James, KD, Steph Curry would be immediately back. Of course they would. They are celebrities of the highest order. MVPs of the NBA. The same league that had Jordan and Magic, you know, and Shaquille O'Neal. You know, you can't want equality when the output isn't the same. You can't want equality of outcome. You got to want equality of opportunity. And the quality of opportunity, well, that league is not supported by the people who, like, again, how many WNBA games has Angela Rye been to? Did she know what college Brittney Griner went to? Did she know even what team she played for in the WNBA? Can you tell me any other stat other than the stuff you Wikipedia'd? Probably not. I'm pretty sure you know the top 5 best players in the NBA. The fact that you can name 3 that currently play in the NBA is impressive, but I would imagine that you couldn't do that in the WNBA. You can't even tell me who in the finals. You can't even tell me who's in the finals the last season. I'm sure she can. That is a divisive question and a divisive statement. But, you know, I'll leave it up to y'all to figure that out. Again, thank you for all the support. You know, just continue to support. And it's Mike Perkins. I'm out.